Hey guys, what's up? Zyphon here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about probably the easiest way in the game to make a ton of platinum. Now this is kind of like a 2-for-1 because you're going to be farming prime parts to trade for ducats to get the prime mods that we're going to be talking about in today's video. So on today's borrow, what we have is Prime Firestorm, right? And at a glance, you think, oh, hey, improves the blast radius of weapons with radial attacks, plus 66% blast radius. Not too big of a deal, right? But the thing is, prime mods like this, or even prime mods like Heavy Trauma that we have on the left-hand side there, they all have their uses, right? So no matter what prime mod Borrow has, there is going to be a use for it. Now, I'm going to give you like maybe a couple seconds to write down in the comment section below how much platinum you think Prime Firestorm was worth prior to Borrow coming around today or yesterday. No, it's today. It's today. Today's Friday. But yeah, besides the point, have you wrote down your answer? Make sure to press the comment button. All right. Prime Firestorm before today was worth 500 platinum. 500 platinum just for Prime Firestorm, an unranked Prime Firestorm, no endo invested into it, nothing like that. 500 platinum just for this mod. Now you could say, oh, it's because a lot of YouTubers show it in their videos, it's because of the AoE meta, whatever. It doesn't matter because every single Prime mod in the game, Prime Heavy Trauma, I'm just going to go ahead and look up the price for that. Every single Prime mod in the game has its use. It doesn't matter how niche it is, there is definitely a use for it. And because these mods, they are stored away, right, in Borrow's vault or in Borrow Katir, right, and you have to wait for him to come around with the item again, it's a no-brainer to pick as many of these up as you possibly can whenever Borrow comes around and brings something, right? So Borrow Katir, whenever he comes Friday and Saturday, that is the prime time for you to go and dump all of your, like, scrap prime parts, right? So let's say, for example, Paris prime parts, right? So, you know, stuff that doesn't get vaulted, stuff that is always in rotation. Paris prime parts, maybe Act Bronco, I don't think that sells for a lot. I don't have any of these because I've already sold them all for, you know, ducats and whatnot to actually buy prime items like Prime Firestorm, for example, right? So you have items like the Burstin, the Paris, the Bratton. I don't think the Orphos gets vaulted. So any prime item in the game that doesn't get vaulted away, you should be trading in for ducats and then using those ducats to buy these prime mods to sell on Warframe.market, implying you have your own, of course, because you need to have your own version of Prime Firestorm. You probably need to have your own version of Prime Heavy Trauma if you're going to make a stat stick for Atlas, for example, because that is like one of the use cases. Those IPS mods, they are typically only used whenever you're building a weapon where I think it's 80 to 100% of the total damage is in that one physical damage type, right? And then that's whenever using a 120% impact puncture slash mod is worth it, right? So there has to be like a certain number threshold met before those mods are worth it. But whenever they're worth it, they are really worth it. You know what I mean? So just trading in those prime items that you're farming up, right? So let's say you're playing throughout the week and you're trying to farm up Mesa Prime, Octavia Prime, whatever. If you come across items that are very common, right? Like you're getting a lot of duplicates of one item, you can go ahead, trade those in for ducats if it's not like worth a lot of platinum. Warframe.market is your friend for just pricing things, right? So if you're getting, I don't know, let's say, for example, an Orphos Prime Blade, right? If we go ahead and search that one real fast, and an Orphos Prime Blade is selling for 5 platinum right now. Now that 5 platinum probably isn't worth one daily trade. So what you would do is you would just take all the Orphos Prime Blades that you got, trade them in for ducats, buy as many Prime Heavy Traumas as you possibly can, or Prime Firestorms, and there you go. You know, you have just flipped this Orphos Prime Blade for hundreds of platinum later on down the line. It is a waiting game, of course. Like, the price of Prime Firestorm isn't going to immediately kick up as soon as Borrow goes away. You're going to have to wait like maybe a few weeks or months. But the fact that it was 500 platinum and it's only went down to 50 platinum today after a bunch of people sold theirs off for like 100 platinum earlier today, it's crazy, right? So it's about just selling the prime mods at the right time, not holding on for it for too long, I would say whenever you're making a trade for like, let's say 100 platinum, that's a good trade. You know, even 50 platinum is a decent trade. 100 platinum, 50 platinum, 200, 300, 400, 500. Those types of trades are really worth it because it is one trade where you got a bunch of plat, right? So it's all about maximizing the amount of platinum that you can get within your daily trade limit, right? Because we have to remember that is a thing for low MR players. They're thinking to themselves, you know, how can I get a lot of platinum with such a low amount of daily trades that I have because I'm low mastery, right? So prime mods are definitely the way to go. And on top of that, right, it's 175,000 credits here. There is going to be a 1 million credit clan tax, but let's say you're a newer player and none of the weapons that you have benefit from Prime Firestorm. This is a mod that you can pick up and you can sell it for platinum so you can buy the slots to get other weapons. This mod will eventually come back. You just have to wait for it, or you can put in the time to farm up more prime items to trade the prime items in for ducats to get, you know, more prime mods to sell off for platinum or whatever, and then buy the mod that you missed out on, or even farming up the prime sets to sell for platinum, you know, because there are a lot of prime sets in game. I don't know what the prices are like right now because of the prime resurgence. It's kind of a bummer that that happened, but I remember that like Saren Prime, for example, is currently still going for like 150 to 200 platinum, right? Like that's a good trade. Trading an entire set of Saren Prime for 200 platinum in one trade is a very nice trade. So, you know, like I said, it is all about maximizing the amount of platinum that you're getting from one single trade by using or obtaining sets of prime warframes, sets of prime weapons, or these prime mods. You know what I mean? So trade in, scrap prime parts, and then you're pretty much done. You know, there's nothing else that I really let's go ahead and sort by owned. I have 64 Zephyr Prime chassis, 61 Banshee Prime blueprints. Like, I play this game way too much. I stream this game, right? I have a ton of hours in this game. But if you are playing with a group of friends, and let's say you're farming efficiently, right? You're doing 2 Radiant Relics, and you're trying to farm up, you know, a ton of sets or whatever. Maybe you don't sell off those sets whenever you want to. Maybe something happens whenever the set, or something happens and a Prime Warframe comes out, right? Like Prime Resurgence happens, you know. What you can do is then you can take all of those items that you want to sell for platinum, trade them in for ducats, and then get the Prime mod. You know what I mean? So really, really easy and consistent way of getting a ton of platinum in Warframe. Warframe.market is your friend. If you haven't got a Warframe.market account, go over to Warframe.market, log in with like Discord, Steam, etc., and then you go through a process of linking your Warframe account to your Warframe.market account, and it's a really good website for just listing the things that you have for sale, because then people will randomly contact you and they'll be like, hey, I want to buy this from you for this amount of platinum that you had set in the website. It's really good for comparing your own prices to other players as well, and it's good to keep on top of, you know, what is being sold and bought and stuff like that. You can even trade out the likes of Kuvaliches, you know. You can trade out Kuvaliches. You can get the Kuva weapon that you really want with the percentage bonus that you want, or the ephemera that you want, right? So really easy and consistent way of making platinum. That is going to be it for the video, guys. Make sure to hit that like button below, subscribe for more Warframe content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.